one of America's biggest investment banks, has sent shockwaves around the world. Share prices have plummeted.
It's now finished here on the New York Stock Exchange at the end of the most extraordinary session in living memory. The Dow Jones average has closed more than 700 points lower, its biggest one-day points fall on record.
This has truly been a manic Monday on Wall Street.
Our entire economy is in danger. So I propose that the federal government reduce the risk posed by these troubled assets and supply urgently needed money so banks and other financial institutions can avoid collapse.
During the financial crisis of 2008, a document appeared on the internet describing a new type of money. This new type of money is peer-to-peer. Instead of relying on the banking system or any other central authority to verify transactions, Bitcoin uses the network itself. The mystery surrounding the invention of Bitcoin has been well publicized, being created by an anonymous person or group of people going by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi published the 2008 document detailing the design of the Bitcoin network, and in early 2009, the associated computer code was ready. Satoshi then created Bitcoin by hitting a button on the keyboard. Bitcoin has become a global phenomenon. As of 2021, more than 100 million people are reported to own Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The largest single transaction to date involved $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin, and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole is currently worth over $1.5 trillion, more than half the gross domestic product of the United Kingdom. Although the detailed workings of Bitcoin can be complicated, in some ways it is similar to the traditional monetary system.
Personal accounts, often called checking accounts. Frank Hamilton is depositing some money, and also a check, his paycheck. He receives no money for his work. But in the bookkeeping department of the bank, the amount of the deposit is credited to Mr. Hamilton's account. In other words, it is added to the amount of his credit in the bank. Meanwhile, the amount of the check is deducted from the amount of credit available to Mr. Hamilton's employer.
The system that verified the balance on an account was historically analog, and back-office records were stored on magnetic tape. Debit and credit cards have actually been around since the late 1950s. But it was in the 1990s, when the internet went mainstream, that the banking system became digital.
The internet evolved into a commercial phenomenon.
Eventually, the majority of transactions were performed electronically, and we touched less and less of our physical money. In this respect, Bitcoin is quite similar. It also uses a ledger or statement of transactions. Except in the case of Bitcoin, the ledger is copied across a network of thousands of machines around the world, rather than just on a computer at a bank or other central authority.